Hi, I'm Becca, the Reclaimed Eclectic. Join me and my family as we sell everything we own and jump headfirst into a completely nomadic lifestyle. Follow along as we travel the country exploring unique and quirky destinations while we collect, share, and resell all the things kitschy, vintage, and fabulous. Hey friends, how's it going? It's Becca, the Reclaimed Eclectic, and welcome back to another video. That was a lot of head nodding. I don't know why I did that. Anyways, today's video is going to be a top 10 reasons, top 10 reasons why we are selling everything we own and heading for a full-time nomadic lifestyle. And I had to go back and forth with these. And sorry if you keep hearing glass like this. If I move, it's all going down. So we're going to try to stay centered on my chair and chit chat. Okay. So top 10 reasons why we are going full-time RV, why we are doing this in the first place. And these are in order. So please stick around to the end of the video and you can see or hear, I guess, our number one reason why we are choosing to live this life, why we are uprooting ourselves, why are we throwing everything we know into chaos and going on the road full-time. Well, all right, let's get to it. Number 10, we want to live outside the box. And that seems pretty kind of random, but there is nothing about us, and I say us as a family, I mean myself, Cody, and Drake. There is nothing about us that screams conventional. Never has been, never will be, and that's not us. The fact that everything we enjoy and everything that we are as humans and our core personalities are so different than the normal. And I don't say this as a negative or derogatory thing. I'm saying the things that make us happy do not necessarily make anyone else happy. When we had this big, beautiful house on the lake and a gorgeous yard and beautiful willow trees. I'll try to find some pictures of our lake house. It was beautiful and it was a dream of ours. We wanted to be that couple. We wanted to be in that environment. And then we hated it because it was not us. The thought of spending our weekend mowing the lawn or trimming the bushes or cleaning up the water line or even cleaning the house. And I know everyone complains about cleaning the house, but let me tell you, why do it to yourself? Why do you need so much house that it takes an entire weekend or your entire day off to clean it? No. And I am not going to pay somebody else to do it for me. Yes, there were times where I thought about it. Yes, I thought, maybe I could just let someone else deal with that stress. But in the end, it's my stress, my stuff, my space, and I can't handle it. I don't want that much stuff. And that was just one example. Like, don't take that as this whole, like, number 10. Number 10 is live outside the box. That is one of the ways that I mean live outside the box. Other ways are, we don't necessarily like to stay in one place. We like to travel. We like to do things differently. Thinking outside the box for us is more... I don't even think about it. I don't know, because it's hard for me to describe it because I don't think about it. But when other people talk to us about our life and our choices, they always seem surprised, I guess. Just like homeschooling. Why would I let somebody else teach my child when in the end, all they're training him to do is graduate from high school to go to college, when that might not be right for him? It might be what he wants, it might be what we choose, but that might not be what's right for him, and we don't know that. So we are doing things what work for us. That seemed like a tangent. It really wasn't. Anyways, moving on. Number 9, to satisfy our constant need for adventure. And we have a lot of need for adventure. Typically we would go on one maybe big trip, like 2-week trip a year. And it was always a road trip. It was always something we planned down to, let's explore this and let's go find this cool off the beaten path landmark or roadside attraction. Planning those trips are what we like. I will tell you, and this goes back to outside the box, because there is not one vacation, not one we have ever taken, where someone else planned anything. That includes a cruise or a resort, because that is not fun to us. That is not fun to me, to my family. When we travel, when we go to a new place, we want to immerse ourselves in that place. I want to go to the historical sites. I want to see where the battles were won. I want to see the natural resources that they have to offer that make them beautiful. I can't get that from a boat. Yes, I know that they stop at amazing places, and then yet you are only allowed to see very designated spaces that they want you to see. So our sense of adventure is huge, and it's growing, and Drake has gravitated towards that lifestyle as well. He is actually probably as well traveled, if not more, than I am, because he has taken other amazing vacations with other family members that unfortunately I did not get to attend, but I will get to those places someday. And he's going to go back and he's going to deal with it because mom needs to see it. All right, number 8. New experiences and meeting new people. Again, sense of adventure. I am more excited. I can't say that. Scratch that. I was going to say I'm more excited about the new experiences than necessarily the people, but I think that's not true, because I can only imagine the type of people I'm going to meet on the road. You know, these people have been doing it longer, better, smarter. They've learned from their mistakes, and I'm hoping they can teach us, you know, what it's gotta really be like. And I'm hoping to make some lifelong friendships, and that kind of companionship on the road. It would be great. And as far as the experiences, I mean, it's priceless. Every vacation you go on, you bring back memories that become a part of you. And what if that's not a vacation? What if that is your life? What if that's full time? What if that's every day and you're choosing to live it? Like, that excites me and that makes me happy. Okay, moving on. Where are we at? Number 7, we want to see all these other areas of the country that we have not seen and decide where to buy property, because in the end, that is another one of our long-term goals, is to buy property all around the country, create niche, kitschy Airbnbs / rental properties. All right, I'm going off topic again, but think like amazing fantasy little elven treehouse. Yeah, but we want to know where we want to put these places, and we won't know until we see them. We want to get the feel of the land. We want to see areas and find those charming little communities that we want to like immerse ourselves in and that we want to be a part of. And that's not something that we can just look on a map and say, yeah, we're going to buy property here because it's cheap. That's not how it's going to work. We know for a fact we want to buy property in Michigan, probably near Lake Superior. It's our home, it's our heart. We love it. We don't want to leave permanently ever. Never will, never will. But there are so many other amazing, beautiful places in this country that we want to see. And if we fall in love with them, then I want to know that that's where we are going to put a piece of property so that we can share that place with other people and we can go back and experience it again. Okay, number 6. Number 6. Traveling before we are too old to enjoy it. And that's pretty self-explanatory. I can remember so many conversations at work behind the chair at the salon talking to clients, and they're like, yeah, man, we're retiring. We're going to go full time. We're going to travel. And I do know people, close friends of mine, that are doing this, that have done this, and they worked hard and they deserve it. And I'm happy for them. So happy for them. But I kept thinking to myself, and I probably even said it out loud, like, man, God, I could never do that. That's like a million miles away. I'm self-employed. I don't have a retirement plan. Like, that's never going to be me. But go you. But why not? Why can't it be me? And it's going to be. All right, number 5. Build a business and make passive income. And this is huge. Like, It seems like something so small to build a business. And it is huge because we are building something from the bottom up, from nothing. We are creating a company, a brand, an identity, a small business. This is our livelihood. The selling, the buying and selling of vintage items, the reselling, the picking, the storytelling, the teaching, the travel planning, the ideas, all of this is part of our business. And another message. See? Now I lost my train of thought. I need to just use my camera, and it's right over there. Like, I have a nice camera, but I'm so intimidated by technology, and that is always going to be my downfall, is technology intimidates me. And I can take amazing photos on that camera. It's a Canon PowerShot. I love it. It's great. And the zoom on that camera, amazing. But I can't figure out the video. So we're using my phone, which has worked so far. But when things slow down and I have time to deep dive into the technology aspect of that camera, I will do it. For right now, it's on my phone. It's working fine. And Cody just bought me a new toy. I don't know what it's called, but it's really freaking cool. I asked him to look up a tripod for my phone because I keep buying them and they're cheap, and I'm cheap, so I usually buy, I'll read reviews and buy the best one for a decent price, but they all just topple over. And I have a big phone, like it's a Note, and it needs it needs a good base. So he bought me this thing, and it's so cool. I didn't even know it did it. And I'll try to link it up here, but it holds it, and it pans, and it twists, and it turns, but it's got a stabilizer, so I can do all kinds of action shots when we're out filming and we're hiking, and it's going to be fun. I don't know what all it does. Right now, my phone's sitting on it, and it's working great. And if I move, I think it follows me too, which is kind of crazy. Totally off tangent on that too. Yes, business. I'm so glad you guys are my friends because this is me. Welcome to my life. All right. And with that being said, we are just going to move right on to number 4, which is see historical places that go along with school. We homeschool. And I love history. I do. And Drake is getting into it. And if he can see where the things happened, see where they took place, see where the blood was shed, see where the building was built and the documents were signed and the bell was rang, and he can feel that and become a part of it. And what's he going to remember when he's an adult? Something he read in a history textbook, or someplace we saw with our own eyes and stop to really think about it and unpack it, because it seems like a no-brainer. And that goes back to the business and building the business, because we are incorporating that into Drake's schooling as well. We will go into that in another video. I could make a whole video about it. But he gets certain tasks delegated to him. Those are his jobs. And then he gets a salary / commission. But we are working into building that up and reinvesting and trying to teach him the ins and outs of business. Because, and this is a touchy subject, and I'm not going to get emotional, but for parents of autistic children, the threat is really real that child may not make it on their own. They may not make it in the real world. Drake may not be able to handle working for someone else. So I feel, and Cody feels the same way, and we've discussed this at length, that it is our job as his parents to make sure that he can provide for himself. And the ways we are doing that is by building a business and teaching him how to run a business and be an entrepreneur so he can provide for himself, as well as buying properties and building homes, be them little or tiny homes, but building those homes with our own two hands and showing him how to do those and learning those skills together. As well as think about the RV. When we do this, we're doing it knowing nothing. We're going to have to learn the electrical, the plumbing, the insulation, all the things that go into a remodel. We are going to have to learn. And Drake is going to learn that with us. He is going to be right by our side. So that all ties into his homeschooling. And that is another plus. All right, moving on. Number 3, grow as individuals. I don't know what that means. This is what I wrote. Grow as individuals and experience. Oh, okay. I know what I meant. Well, grow as individuals, like, duh. Yeah. We need to grow as humans to understand ourselves and to become better humans. And I think the journey ahead of us is going to force us to discover a lot about ourselves that we necessarily didn't know or didn't like, or it's hard to know until we get there, but a lot of soul searching to be done. And whether it's good or bad, it's what we're here for. And if you can't grow, then what's the point of doing it, you know? All right, 2 left. Top 2, and then I'm done yapping for now. Number 2, warmer weather. Oh my God. It's rainy, it's 30 degrees, it is dark and damp, and I'm over it. Over it. Done. I love you, Michigan. I love you, but I am done. I am not spending another winter here. I promise you, I'm not going to do it. So, warmer weather / less health flare-ups. Now, I promised a video on my health issues, and I will bring that to you another day. It is not important. I got some crap wrong with me, lots of chronic illnesses. One of them, I'm sure all of you know, is fibromyalgia, and that is one that I deal with on a daily basis. It flares every time I have to deal with this crap outside. The damp, the cold. I cannot deal with it. I also have a very rare condition called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. I cannot talk tonight. Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. EDS. It makes it to where my joints, it's a connective tissue disease. And anyways, long story short, my joints get crazy and the weather's icky and I can't move. And I'm done. And I'm down. And I'm worthless. And sometimes for days. And I'm over it. I'm done. I am taking my health and my body and putting them first. Or second, according to this list. But, close enough. All right, moving on. The number one reason we are choosing to uproot our entire family and live nomadically full-time. It's obvious, isn't it? To spend more time with family. Especially Drake, before he goes off on his own, if he chooses to do that. You get to a number and you think, oh crap, my child is not so little anymore, now what? And he's about to be 14. And that's crazy to think about. And the tension in this household with a 14-year-old, it can't stay. It cannot stay like this. I'm telling you, we have got to make a change, and this is it. We cannot force ourselves to live in this tiny apartment, unhappy, wanting and yearning for these experiences and not going for it. And that is what we're doing. And when I look at the calendar and I see the days checking off each day, it's like, okay, we can do this. If we can just push through this hurdle and make it through and prove to ourselves that we can do this, I think we will all be a closer, more stable family for it. And I think, especially for Drake and I, we need that time to reconnect because tension is high at this age. Hormones are flying, stress is high. I mean, Cody and I, we can butt heads. Don't get me wrong. Right now, he's at the gym burning off steam because, let me tell you, we can butt heads like nobody's business. And when we're stressed, it's on. But Cody and I have the understanding that we can butt heads and we still love each other. Drake, on the other hand, sometimes We need to pull ourselves out of that stressful situation and break things down to the basics so we can really just reconnect as a family unit. And I didn't want to get emotional, but damn, like, this is really, really important to us, and it's really here. Ready or not, you know, our days are limited, and how exciting this is going to be. But thanks for checking out this video. Sorry I kind of rambled, and it's going on, well, over 20 minutes at this point, but these are the reasons. This is why we're doing it. Stuff's falling. You want to see what I have to work with real quick, and then I'm signing off. But okay, glassware. Oh, see, this thing is pretty cool. It doesn't like bounce at all. Okay, this is my office. All of that nonsense. Look at that. Just crap everywhere. So we live in constant chaos. It is constantly chaotic. So I know once we get past this point, once our days are numbered, once we're out of here, it's got to get better, right? Thanks for checking it out. I'll see you next time.